The lights were like randomly going off. The camera would stop working. It would rain hard all of a sudden. Some crazy stuff was happening on set.
My name is Russ Milheim from the Direct. Thank you guys for talking to me today about the movie.
Hi, thank you.
Thanks, Russ.
Congratulations on it, first and foremost. It is quite a scary ride, and it has some very unique storytelling stuff in it that I appreciated.
Thank you. It was a labor of love. We're super proud of it, man. And yeah, happy to chat a bit more about it.
Now, the movie takes place, kind of almost entirely in one location. How did you both work to make sure that, that never pulled the film down in any way, but instead still engaged the audiences at every turn?
To me, that was one of the things that most excited me about this script was having this creative control of a one location and this propulsion where, it's just nonstop. You're in one place, you can't get out. How do you make it interesting? How do you make it dynamic and real and raw? And that was a big goal for the film. And the set, we had all these details. It was like a Russian doll. It was like a cave where you discover new rooms, new secrets. So it was always kind of, it's like a living, breathing thing with camera too. You're introducing a new look when the red curtains close, when the trains whiz by, but none of that matters until Rosario, our lead, comes into that world, and that's what really brought this film to life is Emeraude and her journey.
Yeah, Emerald, did the fact that there was one location, how did that influence your own performance?
The majority of it was in her apartment, but to me, there were so many sets. We have her apartment, right, which is that luscious apartment in New York, and then we have her job, and then we have the subway, and then we have the snow, and then we have the hallway, and then we have again the streets, and then we have the subway at night. So to me, there's so many sets that I got to play and discover. And as an actress and as Rosario, I was discovering them at the same time, which just helped with my journey through her emotions.
On a similar note, it is also not only is it one location, but it is a character piece of one person. How do you feel that the avenue of focusing solely on her kind of enhanced both how you created the story, Felipe, but then also how, for you, Emerald, how it influenced your performance going into the piece?
It really is. It's Rosario from minute 1 to minute 90. So yeah, part of it was casting. We got so lucky. Emerald was willing to come onto this project. I'd seen her in these incredible With Love, which is an amazing Amazon series, and she was hilarious in it. She was bold, she was direct, she was herself, and that was exactly what we were looking for. So it was very natural. This was her first horror movie. I'm sure Emerald can talk about that a bit more as well. But once it cast her, the pieces came together, and she goes on this incredible journey. I mean, she starts in one world, the world of Wall Street, this facade, and she has to break through that to survive in this one cold night. She has to kind of reconnect with her ancestors and her roots and her core to make it out alive. So it was, yes, it's one actor, but they go through this incredible journey.
Yeah, to me, it was a challenge. It was my first time doing horror, and I feel in life when you want to grow, you have to take on the things that scare you, and this was it. And I just really had such a good time filming this. It was such a beautiful crew. Felipe was just incredible. He held my hand throughout it all, and I hope I get to do more of it because it's. I don't like to watch horror because I'm a scaredy cat. Like I just can't sleep at night. Really, I'm really bad. I'll still sleep in my mom's room if I watch a scary movie because I feel like my mom's always going to be my superhero. She's always going to defend me. But I would love to keep working in this genre.
And I'm probably gonna pronounce this incorrectly, but just this film explores Palo Mayombe. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect
Uh,
pronunciation.
can you can you talk about just exploring that in an authentic fashion, in this film and introducing it to audiences who, I would assume that a lot of audiences have no idea what this is.
Palo is at the core of this film. It is a real religion and a real culture. It's Afro-Cuban. It spread to Mexico, to New York, and for me, it was very natural. I wasn't as familiar with Palo, but I grew up with two aunts who were mediums. I grew up around brujeria. I love the traditions and the rituals and the way that these Palo in particular opens up a connection with the spiritual realm, with your ancestors. But it's religion of sacrifice. You have to give something to get something, and everything has a cost. So that was perfectly in line with what we were trying to do with the rest of the movie and with Rosario's journey, with her relationship to her family. In terms of the research, it was really a deep dive. We met real paleros. We went to real botanicas in New York, in Colombia. They even offered real objects from their world as props to build a real cauldron, the Nganga cauldron. But we got a little scared when they told us it was would have real animal and human remains. So it didn't end up going that route for that. But it's a really beautiful culture too, because it has this light side. It has this beautiful connection with the ancestors and the roots.
Now, Felipe, I want to take a quick pivot, and I want to ask you really quick about Leprechaun. It was recently reported that you were no longer attached to the project, so I just wanted to ask if that's true. You know, what might have happened with it.
Unfortunately, just scheduling conflicts. I'm moving on to a couple of other projects, but I do want to see that little green goblin come to life sooner than later one day. But my next project is a very far cry from Rosario. I'm doing an animated film, an adaptation of Bob the Builder, starring Anthony Ramos and Jennifer Lopez. So that's going to be really fun.
Are you able to briefly tease what that Leprechaun movie might have looked like if you had your hands on it?
I don't think I can, especially because I think that version will not see the light of day.
That's fair. That's fair. Now back to Rosario. You know, just for both of you, jumping back to Palo Mayombe. You know, I was reading that you guys think that you might have actually got the set haunted. Could you both talk about you know what happened there? Why do we think that we might have gotten to
Might have
deep water?
called upon the demons to the set. Well, I mean, the lights were like randomly going off. The camera would stop working. It would rain hard all of a sudden. Some crazy stuff was happening on set.
And that was only during the rituals, whenever we would read the rituals.
Yeah.
So we asked the writer to change some of the words. We brought someone to bless the set. And yeah, it was definitely, I think objects can give off an energy. And there was a dark energy at the beginning. I also had a dream very early on in the set. I'd never had sleep paralysis, but I saw a woman just like our monster in my hotel room. And then I told, I think it might have been like the second AC or something, and they said I had the same dream. So I just felt this presence at the beginning until we cleansed and cleaned things up, and then things ran a little smoother.
Smoother.
Well, I mean, you guys got the movie done and complete, so you know you couldn't have done too much damage.
We're
But
alive. We're alive
you are alive, and that's a victory.
as of now.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys both for talking to me today about the film. I look forward to everyone else getting to experience it, and I hope you know, could be the start of a few sequels, maybe.
Maybe. Thank
Maybe.
you.
All right, thank you guys both.
Bye.